Okay, we have 8 times the sum of 4 and some number is 152. What is the number? Again, we want to just write this as an equation and find the unknown. So 8 times the sum of 4 and some number. So the sum means what? That we're adding. So the sum of 4 and some number, so 4 plus some number called x, is 152. What is that number? So again, we had to put parens around here, and that's usually where students make an error. So 8 times the sum of 4 and some number. It's not 8 times 4 plus number. It's 8 times the sum of 4 and some number. So when you see that sum up, go ahead and put your parens around that. So how do I solve for x? A couple different ways. We could distribute the 8 through first, or we can go ahead and divide through both sides by 8. I'll go ahead and do that. So divide both sides by an 8. So what am I left with on the left side? I'm just left with 4 plus x equals. And now we're going to do 8 divided into 152. You can certainly just do this, use the calculator, or just use a good old division here. 8 goes into 15 one time. Bring down 2. 8 goes into 72 9 times. So we get 19. Okay? Who needs a calculator, right? We ought to be able to do basic arithmetic like this when numbers are relatively small, but it's okay if you use the calculator on these. One step away. So 4 plus x is 19. We'll subtract 4 from both sides. X equals 19 minus 4, or 15. And again, we can check this. 8 times the sum of 4 and some number. So 4 and some number is 4 plus 15. 19 times 8 is 152. An appliance store decreases the price of a 19-inch television set 16% to a sale price of $536.64. What was the original price? Okay. Again, in this one, no need to draw a picture of a TV or anything. We're not looking at measurements. But I would make up that original price. That seems to be the best way to go on this, if you're not good with setting that equation up initially. So, $600 would be a nice round number, but my first guess, that's probably what I guess. So how do we figure out if the original price were $600? I just made that number up. Let's say it was $600. How would I take off 16%? I would subtract 16% of $600, right? So 16% is 0.16 times 600. And that, I would hope that would be 436.64. I'm trying to check, does that work out? My guess is it doesn't. But we will use this notion here, this number I just made up. We'll use that to help get my x, because rather than using 600 that I just made up, I'm going to use an x there. So x minus 0.16 x equals 536.64. Okay, so I just made that number up. So I'm going to put my x where I had that 600. Okay, so now do the arithmetic here. We have 1x minus 0.16x is 0.84x equals 536.64. We're one step away. Divide both sides by 0.84. And so this is definitely one I would use the calculator on. So 536.64 divided by 0.84. And in doing that, I get x equals 638.86. And we can certainly check this out. You may be off by a penny in rounding if you check it out, but it should actually come out to the exact penny. So take 16% off of 638.86 and see if you end up getting to 536.64.